everyone, I'm JD. Welcome back to my channel. I thought for this video that I would share how I actually use one of my journals, just because I do get some questions about, especially from people who are new to junk journaling, how people actually use one of these things. So this one I actually use for two different things. It's the journal that I got from Paper Pixie and I just absolutely adore it. And because my journals that I make for me, I just make them with pages, and because once I know what I want to journal about on a certain spread, that will tell me what I want to do in terms of embellishments, tucks and pockets and things. But this one came pre-embellished and it kind of threw me. I was frozen for a while because I just didn't know how to use it. And what I ended up doing was using it in two ways. So I used the embellishments for one type of journal, and then I used the pages for a different type of journal. And I actually really like how it's turned out. So what I've done is the embellishments are for an encouragement journal, and I'll share that with you in this video. I don't want it to get too long, so I'm going to split this video up. And in part two, I'll share the other way I use the journal, which is the pages for tracking my junk journaling journey and just the creative journey that I'm on. So I thought, yeah, I'll share the embellishment sides first, and all the embellishments that come with it are the only ones that I've used, and so there are very much a lot. The first one I just kind of documented details about the journal. And then on the back, I did some journaling about why I got the journal, why I love it, how it's inspired me, and just what it was like when I finally got it. And yeah, so that's all recorded there, which is kind of fun. Okay, and so the idea behind the encouragement journal is, I know some people have gratitude journals or happiness journals, or I don't know, journals where, like I know for me, and I know for lots of us, we can have just down days where we're down on ourselves and life, and it's just a handy tool to have this kind of journal where you can open it up to any page, and as soon as you read something or see a picture, it can instantly lift you up. And that's just, yeah, a really cool tool to have. And I've never done one of those before, so I thought I'd give this one a go with that. And yeah, I'll just show you how I've done this. So the embellishments, the first one that I did, I've covered up the names if it wasn't public. So for example, this person sent me a message on my Facebook page, and she just wrote, it's this thing here that really moves me. I think of you and your bookmark about being allowed to fail. And it was exactly what she needed to hear the other day. And I sent that bookmark like 2-3 years ago maybe, and to know that it's still speaking to her and means something to her now, like this year, that's just so encouraging for me. And this is how I first thought of the idea to do an encouragement journal, because when I read that message, it was just reminded me, this is why I do what I do. I mean, of course I do it because I love it and I find joy in it, but I share it because of the impact that it could have. And sometimes you just think there's no point doing anything, it doesn't even matter, and no one cares. And so, especially in the creative jobs, like I grew up thinking the creative jobs weren't real jobs, and it wasn't until much later that I started pursuing my creative dream, I suppose. But yeah, you find a lot, some people just don't really get it. You tell them what you do, like how I say I'm an artist and a writer, and people don't always get that. They think you should do something more practical or something more useful. And this just reminds me that what I'm doing actually is practical and useful. The way that it can impact people. And this is the bookmark that I sent her. I just sent out a bunch of cards, like I said, 2 years ago. I like to do it once every year in bulk. And I just sent out some of my bookmarks to different people. So I like to draw the lessons that I learn and put a quote with it to capture that lesson. And I thought bookmarks are a great way to kind of share that and encourage people, so that's why I did these. And this one was about, you have permission to fail. Failure is often a door to success and always a door to growth. And this is just a lesson, yeah, that I had to learn, because I always used to avoid failure. I used to avoid trying new things, but what I learned is that it doesn't actually matter if you fail, because if you're enjoying what you do, that's the benefit. And again, like if you stop here, you could succeed here. So don't stop here. Keep going, because success might be behind the next door. You just never know. And even if you don't succeed, like it will show you where to go. It will show you go down this road or go down this road or whatever. And you'll grow through it. And that's the benefit as well. Like you don't need to succeed, because what you learn and how you grow through it, that's what really actually matters. So yeah, I just put a picture version of that there to remind me of that. And then over here I have got, my friend sent me a card and she wrote this quote on the front that she found. It says, anyone can find the dirt in someone, be the one who finds the gold. And it's not actually from this verse, it's more of an interpretation. And with that card she wrote to me saying, thank you for having the eyes to see the gold in others and the boldness to share it with them and others. And that just, yeah, really spoke to me, because that's one of my values, is pointing out to people just what, I don't know, it's hard to explain, but what is just so amazing about them. I think everyone is amazing. I think just people are so, they fascinate me. I just want to know everything about them. I really want to know people's hearts, because yeah, it's just so amazing. And I think people can get down on themselves and be like, you know, there's no point, or there's nothing special, or anything like that. And I don't want to sound like cheesy or anything, but just to let people know that by being who they are and being themselves and doing what they do, that actually makes a difference in other people's lives. So my friend, when she sent that card, she might not have known how that would impact me, but that just really, really super encouraged me. And it's just so simple. The simple things we do and say can really impact people. This one here, my friend was just saying how, yeah, she sent me a text message and just wanted to thank me for my help and encouragement, getting her thinking about a business name, and just encouraging her with that, because I also, another one of my values is encouraging people in their dreams, especially their creative dreams. As I said with me, I always grew up thinking creative jobs weren't real jobs, but now I'm just always want to support people in their creative dreams. Go for it. Again, because you just never know how what you create is going to impact people and lift people up. So over here, I've got a little one here from one of the ladies from Junk Journals Down Under. And just, she said, you're one of my faves for inspiration and your joy is contagious. And this speaks to me because, first of all, joy is why I do this. If it's not giving me joy, making journals, journaling, all that kind of thing, creating, then I'm not going to, there's no point doing it. And the fact that it's inspiring other people, that just makes me really, really happy, because I just want to pass it on, basically. I wouldn't be creating or doing any of this if it wasn't for other people who first inspired me. And so to know that I'm actually inspiring other people to do the same thing, wow, that's just really, really cool. And this is kind of like a similar one. Someone left a comment on my YouTube saying, again, my enthusiasm is contagious, and that she's back working on her own journal since watching my channel. And, oh, that she'd love to have a willow bound journal someday. And, oh, that just makes my day. To know she's working on her own journals, that's the key for me. I just want to be like, yay, go you, awesome, good job. Keep working on your journals, guys. Start working on new creative projects. Like, it's just so fun. This one here from Facebook group again, she sent me a message just saying, thanks for sharing the prayer journal you have made. What you wrote I needed to hear. And all I did was, you know when you put up a photo on Facebook, you write something with it, and what I wrote with it was Just an encouragement that God is always with them, whoever gets the journal, and they can stay connected with Him every second. And, you know, I didn't think much about it because you just write something to go with the photo. But to know that even just something little like that can be what someone needed to hear at that moment. Again, it just shows me everything can matter. Anything that we say and do, we have no idea how it can impact people. And it could just be that thing that they need to hear and that encourages them or lifts them up or inspires them. So, yeah, just I hope this is encouraging you guys as well to, just, I don't know, do what you do and be yourself. And again, I hate how it sounds cheesy, but it really is my heart. This is what I deeply believe in. So yeah, I'll show you again the pages in the next journal, the next video. So I will get to that, don't worry. My friend sent me this one on Facebook saying, "I love your shell poem. I think I want to write it down and leave it in my room somewhere. It is beautiful." And so what happened here was I wrote this poem. It's just a very short poem for me to capture a lesson that I had to learn. The paradox of keeping everything inside is that you end up becoming a shell and you break from the pressure of holding yourself together. And again, I just thought this was for me, you know, something for me to hear and to know that someone else got something out of this and was moved by it and that they want to put it up somewhere. Like, wow, that's really, really cool. And so I just put it onto this shell image and sent that back to my friend so that she could keep that if she wanted and print it out and stick it in her room. So that's that one. Over here I just had a little note from someone from an old blog that they said they found my blog and they liked how I wrote, and I feel like I can effortlessly relate to you. When I read what you write, it feels like you're talking to me, and that just encourages me as a writer because I always want to, my aim is definitely to connect with people, to have what my words say and how I say it meet, I don't know, how do I say, like just, yeah, really, connect with people. And if my writing can do that, then yeah, that's really cool. Oh, this one is so cool. I found these photos online through the blog world, and I just absolutely love them. You know, everyone knows I like blue and the beach, and especially this one. This makes me so happy. I can't even explain how this impacts me, and I think that's the nature of transcendence and that kind of thing, how it speaks to me on a, I guess, on a soul level, and so no words will be able to describe this, but it just lights me up, I suppose. And I reached out to the lady who took these photos and just asked her, can I print them out and put them in my journal, because I adore them. And she said, sure, go for it, and that she doesn't sell her pictures, but that some people have been asking her about them. And then she said to me, I decided to go again for my photo dream and will invest in a camera and computer. Thank you for encouraging me. And later she wrote, I finally decided to rearrange my blog to a photo page, a little bit thanks to you. You inspired me, and even more, you encouraged me. And again, like, that just is what I'm all about, encouraging people in their creative dreams. And she may have never known how her photos would impact me, someone across the other side of the world. But this is what art is about. It can really move people and just lift people up. And for her to know that, that is so good. And for her to now be, oh, there's a fly, sorry. To pursue her creative dream, that is so cool. And her art, just the way it's going to touch people, I don't know. We just have no idea, again, how our creations can move people. Over here, I've got one from this lovely lady who I met, again, through the blog world, and she's just been such a big support for me. Wow. Yeah. And she wrote a card to me and said, it's always been neat to see how you reach out to others and try to inspire them and make them feel valued. Whatever you do, it'll be great because you've got such a great heart. And this just moves me because, you know, she could see what my heart is. My heart is to inspire people and let people know how valuable they are. That's just yeah, a key thing for me. And I want to do that any way I can, through writing and through art especially, and through giving. Gifts is my love language, so that's why I give a lot. Because it's my way of getting my heart to express what is a big value of mine, is to let people know just how amazing I think they are, basically. And encouraging people is just, yeah, my thing. So over here I have another one where I did a giveaway with my bookmarks, and one of my blog readers said, I'll see if this can focus, "It's so creative and genuine. These are all such beautiful bookmarks and obviously very personal. It is humbling that you are willing to share that with the world. Step out of the box is the one that resonated with me. I put myself in a box several years ago to make a relationship work and have struggled to step out of that box. It would be a great reminder." And the one that she chose for the giveaway was this one. Again, just a lesson that I've had to learn. Step out of the box. We're not our boxes. You know, for a lot of my life, I just was whatever people told me I was and didn't think there was anything else. And it was only when I started to try new things and do new things that I was like, oh, actually, there's more to me than I even knew. So, and that's just a lesson for like the same for everyone. There is so much more to us than we even know. We don't have to stay in a box and do what people tell us to do, or we're not just what people say we are. And then, like, I never expect anything in return at all, but this lady sent me a card in the mail, and she wrote, "Thank you so much for the bookmark. I greatly appreciate your kindness and generosity. You have reminded me to focus on what's important at a time when I'm struggling to stay true to myself. You have given me an incredible gift, and I am deeply grateful." And wow, that just made my day. Because to know my writing and art is impacting people like this, again, just wow, super, super encouraging. And to know that that people can feel vulnerable enough to share this stuff with me, like, wow, it's just very humbling, and I feel so privileged. I feel like I've been given an incredible gift. Like, when people share their stories with me, I just feel like it's such an amazing gift. Okay, I hope you guys aren't bored with this. This is the last one, okay? So here we go. My friend wrote, "Thanks for cheering up my study space with a reminder of the joy of the mission dance. Thanks for reminding me how God sees me when I look in the mirror each morning." And basically I gave my friend 2 drawings, and so my bookmarks are all based on drawings that I do, which are A3 size. And so I gave my friend 2 of these. She chose them, the ones that spoke to her. And so the story behind this one is, again, sometimes we can all feel, I know I can, you know, a bit ugly, worthless, and we can think that what we're doing isn't great, I suppose. And this just reminds me that yeah, we were created in God's image, and that we are more beautiful than the stars and rainbows. And I love stars and I love rainbows. When I look at them, I can't help but just smile. They're just so beautiful. And I just got this moment where I realized that that's how God sees every single one of us. When he looks at us, he just goes, "Wow, you are so beautiful." And he is just beaming at us, smiling from ear to ear, looking at us. So that's just that reminder there. This one here, it's I was at this mission trip with some people, and we were on the beach one night, and we were playing music, and just spontaneously we all started dancing and singing, and it was just the most like heaven it felt like, because usually I'm too scared to sing or dance in public, but this night I just did not care. I was just so full of joy and gratitude, and to express myself purely like that, it was just so amazing. And to do it in community with others, it just showed me what earth will be like one day when heaven comes to earth. We'll all be ourselves. No one will be afraid to be themselves, and everyone will get along, and everyone will be able to express pure joy, and all we will feel is joy. Like, awesome. So that's just a reminder there. Again, I'm really sorry if you're like bored with my flip through here of how I use my journal, but I hope it inspired you and encouraged you in your own creativity and just in who you are. It really is my heart. I know it sounds ridiculously cheesy and I don't like that, but yeah, just to know what we can do, what we do actually matters, and we don't even have to know, but to trust that it does. So that encouraged me to just keep doing what I'm doing, and it will have an impact beyond even what I will know. And yeah, so I hope that's inspiring to you. Maybe you want to keep one as well. I know we're very bad at, a lot of us, accepting compliments. You know, we'll just wave it off and go, nah, nah, nah. I do it all the time. I'm terrible at it. But yeah, especially for those down days where you're just like, what's the point? This just reminds me, yeah, to just keep going. So hope that was encouraging. Let me know what you think. And in part 2, I will show you how I use the pages of this journal. Thank you so much. Bye.